Colorado High School Activities Association Baseball is on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. This afternoon from Sunset Baseball Field in Brush, it's a Patriot League battle as the visiting University Bulldogs take on the Brush Bee Diggers. I'm John Beltran. We anticipate a highly contested game this afternoon with the Bee Diggers at 3-3 going in, but winners of 3 in a row, including a sweep of the Sterling Tigers last Thursday, 9-7 in Game 1 and 6-0 in Game 2 on Caden Moriarty's 15 strikeout no-hitter. So Brush is certainly going in the right direction. And what about University? What can you say about this program? The two-time defending Class 3A state champions, a number 1 ranked team. They are 5-0, and they swept Resurrection Christian already this year rather handily, where the Bee Diggers split with Resurrection Christian. And in the opening game of the year, Res defeated Sterling 6-3. And I mention these games because these are common opponents that University and Brush have had, with Brush sweeping Sterling, as I mentioned, in a doubleheader last Thursday. In fact, that's the last time the Bee Diggers played. University's been off for a while. I believe they were under quarantine for a little bit. But now they're back on the baseball field today for this critical single game against the Bee Diggers. They were supposed to play last Saturday in Greeley. That game was rescheduled to Wednesday, June 2nd in Greeley. So this is obviously like all University Brush matchups and Patriot League matchups per se. Well, not like all of them. Some are home and away, but the Bee Diggers have already had 2 doubleheaders, once against Res and once against Sterling, but that should be it for the doubleheaders. They might play a doubleheader at Liberty Common, because they were supposed to get that in on Monday, May 10th, 2 weeks ago today. But the weather was really bad that day. It just poured, and it was cold, and there was no way they were playing baseball with a 100% chance of rain. We'll get to the starting lineups. We'll do that in 2 minutes on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. All right, let's get to the University starting lineup for head coach Casey Miller, the two-time defending Class 3A state champions. Batting first is the center fielder Nolan Johnson. Second baseman Greg Garza hits second. The shortstop is batting third. That's River Jackson. Catcher Alex Martinez is the cleanup hitter. The pitcher Parker Disparty hits fifth. First baseman Ty Myers hits sixth. The right fielder Caleb Tejada hits seventh. Left fielder Mikey Roy hits eighth. And Cannon Padilla, the third baseman, hits ninth. For the Bee Diggers defensively, Kyle Wellens at first. The second baseman is Braxton Shelton. Over at third is Cesar Hinojos. The shortstop is Caden Moriarty. Around the outfield for Brush, and left is Caden Schwint. The center fielder is David Wolf, and right is Jace Krieger. Behind the plate is Ty Griffith. And on the mound is Alejandro Maltos Garcia. Hondo. Well, he got off to a great start this season, no doubt about it. And the one thing that he's going to need, he's going to need some defensive support. He's pitched pretty well. But again, you don't get that defensive support, and you end up allowing quite a few unearned runs, and that's what the Bee Diggers are trying to avoid here. Hondo, no record in 3 appearances, and a 2.92 ERA. I mean, that's basically illustrative of how good of a season this right-hander has had. I mean, nobody's in Caden Moriarty land, but he's not far off from it. He is not far off from it whatsoever. So here we go. The opening hitter, Nolan Johnson, will be stepping in for University. That might be my other phone firing off here. Going through ads as I pull up the lineup here. All right, the opening pitch of the game is brought to you by Buildings by Design. When it comes to experience, Buildings by Design is the best in the business. Quality, commitment, and experience makes Buildings by Design the only choice when it comes to your next project. And the pitch to the right-handed hitter is off-speed pitch. It's a strike on the inner half. No balls and 1 strike. We'll get some numbers here momentarily for the Bulldogs. Wind and pitch. Fastball is up and in. The Bee Diggers in their gold uniforms with the gray pants, and University in all white with the navy blue numbers and lettering. 1 ball, 1 strike to Nolan Johnson. Laying down the sign is Griffith. And Hondo comes home. Swung on and fouled off the end of the bat to the screen. Johnson comes in, batting .588. Wow. You wonder, that's the number 1 hitter? Sometime, but we'll see if he's got power numbers too. Time is called. 1 ball and 2 strikes here to the opening hitter, Nolan Johnson for University. Game time temperature in Brush, 73 degrees, the pitch, and the breaking ball went behind him. That's a good thing for Hondo that Johnson ducked. If not, it would have hit him easily. Would have got him on the left shoulder, but he decided to duck. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The wind-in offering. Fastball is popped up into shallow left field. Caden Schwint now goes to his right and makes the catch to his left. Nearly stumbled out there. Didn't look comfortable completely, but he was able to make the one-handed grab. And there's one down for Greg Garza. Second baseman hitting .467. In fact, University is hitting .404 as a team. Wow. Yeah, they can explode offensively, which they have this year, especially in that doubleheader sweep against Resurrection Christian. And the right-hander, Hondo, comes home. Fastball is inside. And he's got variations of that fastball sometimes. He'll take something off it, which you could say is a changeup, but sometimes they say it's a slower fastball depending upon the pitcher. And the 1-0, and that's in the dirt. 2 balls and no strikes. Looking at the control numbers for Hondo after he throws this pitch at 2-0. Well, we'll do it now. 30 strikeouts and 10 walks. A 3-to-1 strikeout to walk ratio. Swung on line. Dive, base hit. Moriarty nearly was able to catch it on a dive to his right, but just beyond the outstretched glove. And Garza's on with 1 out for University. That was lined into left. Here's the shortstop, River Jackson. Oh, so close there. A solid infield defensively for University. Jackson is hitting .500. Man, can you imagine these 3 hitters? Wow. One hitting almost .600, the other one well into the 400s, and this one is at .500 even. The stretch. And the offering, and that's up and in. 1 ball and no strikes. 1 ball and no strikes to River Jackson, the University shortstop. Another right-handed hitter for these Bulldogs. Just underway. Looking back, 2-step lead, 2.5-step lead. The pitch. Fastball is upstairs. Ball 2 with no strikes to River Jackson. On deck is Alex Martinez. Now the breeze picks up. That'll help. Oh, man. Nice little breeze. 2-0 pitch. Swung on. That is popped up on the left side. Down the line in left field. Caden Schwint now to his left is going to make the grab after starting off to his right. That ball and that wind are moving around a little bit. And there's 2 down. Back to first is Greg Garza. Here's Martinez. I hope this guy's not hitting 5. Oh, my gosh, you kidding? He's hitting .500. Is this a baseball team or a softball team? Wow, these averages are monstrous. Martinez also at .500. Big, strong right-handed hitter for University. Laying down the sign is Griffith. A man at first and 2 down. Very short lead, and time is called. Fill up your cooler, gas up your car. Stubbs Gas and Oil, easy and convenient. Makes them the only stop you need. Stubbs Gas and Oil, the stretch. And Hondo delivers. And the fastball's up and in. Hasn't thrown too many breaking balls so far. That's a good thing. I mean, you can make that breaking ball your out pitch, and breaking ball we know puts a little bit more pressure on the elbow. 1 ball and no strikes. Hondo with 7 balls and 5 strikes so far, but he's recorded 2 outs. The pitch, and that fastball's inside. Well, here's the one thing. He's not scared of going inside. He's going to pound these guys, and he's fallen behind to hitters, but he's retired hitters too. Garza did reach with a one-out single. 2 balls and no strikes, and the pitch. Fastball up and in. And the throw back to first, and the ball gets away. And now into right field. Backing it up there is Krieger, but advancing to second is Garza. That'll be a Beat Digger error. And quite frankly, I'm not sure. I put my head down, but it's got to be an error. We'll see if it's... That might have been on Wellen applying the tag. I will score it on Wellen here. Said it looked like the ball and the runner arrived pretty much simultaneously. 3-0 pitch, fastball, a strike. Yeah, when you do a game, you're reading sponsors, you're keeping score, and I put my head down for a second. I didn't think they were going to try to backpick him there. It's 3-1. Martinez awaits. Hondo comes home, and that fastball's a strike at the knees. Down the middle, it's 3-2. Yeah, we'll have to check Max Preps tomorrow for the official scoring on that one. Definitely an error on Brush, but it looked like the throw, at least as soon as I put my head up, was right around the runner, which means the first baseman should be there. And the 3-2 pitch. That is a fastball up and in. It's a walk. And that's not a good one because Parker Disparty has got incredible power. I think it was his first at-bat of the year that he homered against Sterling. He's got 2 of the 4 home runs for University, and he's hitting right-handed. Only reason I'm saying that, I could have sworn when he homered against University he was hitting left-handed. And I think he was. He might be a switch hitter. The stretch. Runners take their leads. The pitch. Fastball is down and in. 1 ball and no strikes. Hondo's got to get through this first inning unscathed because his control right now is an issue. 11 balls, 7 strikes, 2 on, 2 out. At second is Garza. Martinez at first. Looking back, the wind is whipping up, and the pitch way outside. Hondo has now thrown 6 of the last 8 pitches outside of the strike zone. 2 balls and no strikes. With Ty Myers on deck. Again, Garza and Martinez with healthy leads. Fastball is a strike. Boy, that was framed by the catcher, Griffith. Nice job. Because that pitch was tailing away. 2-1. Well, if you can locate it there, but don't throw him down and in. Disparty will make this a 3-0 game just like that. Looking back and the offering. Down and away. It's ball 3, strike 1. And the on-deck hitter is hitting .364 in Myers. So it doesn't get much easier. 3-1. The offering. Swung on and fouled off to the right on a fastball in pitch number 22 of the opening inning. 3 balls, 2 strikes. The runners will be going with a pitch. Hondo gets the sign. There go the runners. Swung on line and caught by the leaping Shelton at second. Didn't have to leap much, just a little bit. He got that glove up there. And the Beat Diggers escaped some trouble there in the top of the first inning. For University, no runs. There was a base hit. There was an error. And 2 men left. Let's head to the bottom of the first inning. University does not score. And the Beat Diggers are coming to bat. Beat Digger Baseball brought to you in part by Stubbs Gas and Oil on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. John Beltran back with you. Beat Digger starting lineup is brought to you by Equitable Savings and Loan. Mobile banking on the go. Makes banking easier for you when you're on the go. Check them out, Equitable Savings and Loan. For Brush, batting first is the catcher Ty Griffith. The second hitter is the shortstop, the second baseman Braxton Shelton. Batting third is the first baseman Kyle Wellen. Hondo Matos Garcia, the pitcher, it's fourth. The shortstop, Caden Moriarty, is in the 5th position. Center fielder David Wolf hits 6th. Cesar Hinojos, the third baseman, bats 7th. Right fielder Jace Krieger hits 8th. And Caden Schwint, the left fielder, bats 9th. Defensively, Ty Myers is at first for University. Greg Garza at second. Third baseman is Cannon Padilla, and between him at short is River Jackson. Mikey Roy in left. The center fielder is Nolan Johnson. In right is Caleb Tejada. Behind the plate is Alex Martinez. And Parker Disparty is on the mound. The pitch swung on, grounded left side. Should be a routine play off the body of the third baseman, picking up, throwing to first, and in time. Excellent play there made by Cannon Padilla off that tricky hop, and there's one down as Griffith is retired on one pitch. Braxton Shelton had 2 home runs in the game against Sterling, the second game. And the pitch, and the bender is up and in. 1 ball and no strikes. Coming off one of his better games of the year. And the 1-0 swung on and tapped foul behind the plate up the third base side. Count levels at 1 ball and 1 strike. University stranded 2 in the bottom of the first inning. In the top of the first inning, we're in the bottom of the first. Looks like the JV's out there to the left of the scoreboard for University. 1-1. And the offering swung on line foul down the third base side out in front. Might have taken something off of that. Ball 1, strike 2 to Braxton Shelton here in the bottom of the first inning with 1 down and the bases empty. Disparty ready. And the pitch. And that ball hit him. Came inside on him. And Shelton got hit on the left side. On a 1-2. And that'll send up Kyle Wellen. Really haven't had a chance to check out the numbers offensively for Brush with first pitch swing by the opening hitter, Ty Griffith. But Shelton was hitting .429 going into that bat. Wellen at .444. And the pitch outside. 1 ball and no strikes. Check that. That's OBP. Got the wrong column there. Shelton hitting .389. Wellen .333, though. Still very solid representative numbers. 2-step lead for Shelton. And the 1-0 pitch. That's a fastball for a strike at the knees. On the outer half, it's 1-1. 1 out and 1 on in the bottom of the first inning. University did not score in the top of the first. The right-hander Disparty comes home. Swung on and fouled straight back. Disparty this year is 2-0 with a 1.17 ERA. He's been their ace. The pitch. Breaking ball swung on, grounded foul up the third base side. Count remains at 1-2. The Bee Diggers are back in action on Thursday in Gilchrist against the Valley Vikings. And Kevin Fergus will have the call on Thursday. I'll be back with you on Friday here against Valley at 4 o'clock. Long pause. Coming back. Fastball is upstairs. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Oh, gotta love this breeze. Kick it up, baby. Kick it up. I'm getting old. You'd think the cold affects me. No, I think the heat's getting to be more. And the 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball foul to the screen. Remains at 2-2. Hondo is going to hit next. Nice crowd has settled in here for a top 10 game. Yeah, if you want atmosphere, you've got it all over the place here. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The offering. Swing and a miss. Went with a bender. And Disparty strikes out Kyle Wellen. And there's 2 down. That'll send up Hondo. Let's check out Hondo's numbers. He's got to get his offense probably going a little bit more. 235. He's a better hitter than that average-wise. All right, short lead for Shelton. Let's see the Bee Diggers run him at all. But you got a big, strong hitter. The pitch swung on and lifted foul off to the right side, not a play. Yeah, Disparty can work the corners, brings in a good fastball, and we just saw the breaking ball he threw there to Kyle Wellen. No balls and 1 strike. Throw back to first. Shelton back in diving. This is game number 7. Now, if you look at the schedule at brushschools.org, there's only 7 more games scheduled. They haven't rescheduled the Liberty Common doubleheader. I'm sure they're going to get that in. I hope they get that in. You don't want a 14-game schedule instead of a 16. 0-1 pitch, down and away. Even though Liberty Common, that is near the bottom or at the bottom of the Patriot League. In fact, once the Bee Diggers get University off their schedule, I mean, they could go 8-0 against the other teams. Throw back to first, a lob. I mean, there's no doubt, whatever order you want to throw it in, that there's 5 teams in the Patriot League above the others. It's Eaton, University, Brush, Sterling, Resurrection Christian. And the 1-1 pitch, throw back to first, back in diving. Sparty might be anticipating that Shelton takes off. And the other thing he's thinking is that he wants Hondo to lead off an inning. A 3-step advantage now at first. The pitch swung on and fouled back. Goes to 1-2, remains at 1-2 here to Alejandro Maltos Garcia. Boy, this is a day to play 2 or 3 games. Cannot get better. 73 degrees and breeze. Short lead. The pitch swung on and lifted into left field. It's got some carry to it. There might be room. There's plenty of room. Ranging in and making the catch is Mikey Roy. And the Bee Diggers are kept off the board in the bottom of the first inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. And a man left. Bee Digger Baseball is brought to you in part, and so is Mustang Baseball for that matter, by Morgan Community College. Brush nothing. University nothing as we head to the second inning from Sunset Baseball Field in Brush on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Let's head to the second inning. Both teams were kept off the scoreboard in the first. And University in the top of the second will be sending up Ty Myers, Caleb Tejada, and Mikey Roy against Alejandro Matos Garcia, who labored through 23 pitches. Only 10 of those were strikes, but he got out of the 2-on, 2-out jam on a 3-2 count on a line drive to Shelton. All right, let's check out the Myers numbers. For University as he steps in. First, the pitch here from Hondo. And here it is. Oh, that hit him. Oh, boy. They came in on Shelton. They hit him. They came in on Myers, hitting .364. He gets hit on the very first pitch. And that is a statement there made by Hondo. But he pitched inside in the first inning. Here's Caleb Tejada. Problem is, you don't want to hit the opening hitter of an inning. That sets you up for trouble unless you want to pitch into trouble. Tejada batting .250 out of the 7-hole. Bee Diggers are double play depth with Moriarty at short and Shelton at second. That's a nice lead over there at first. And the pitch. Fastball is down. 1 ball and no strikes. Yeah, I don't know if it's going to get any warmer. I think we've hit the high, maybe another degree or 2. 1-0 offering. Swung on and chopped to short. Backing up is Moriarty to second for 1. Shelton to first. And that is safe. Bang, bang play at first on the relay. The fielder's choice goes 6-4, and there's 1 down as they eliminate Myers at second. Here's Mikey Roy batting .273. Yeah, Caden made the right play. He could have come in, but he would have got a very tricky hop. You back up, you get the short out at second. Hondo stretches. And the offering. Fastball is popped into right center field. That's got some carry to it. That's going to be trouble in the gap, and that is going to fall shy of the fence. That's going to be a two-bagger for Roy, and advancing to third is the trail runner. It'll be second and third on the double from Mikey Roy as Tejada is now at third base with one out. The inside-out swing by Roy just benefited University for their second hit of the game. And Cannon Padilla is the 9-hitter hitting 182. And you know that with University pitching, you have to play the infield in. Undoubtedly. Let's see if Hondo can pick up a strikeout or something to that effect. Here to Cannon Padilla. And the pitch is upstairs. 1 ball and no strikes. With 2 on and 1 out. The pitch swung on and tapped foul behind the plate. And the count evens at 1-1 to Cannon Padilla. Out of the windup was second and third. No score, top of the second inning. The B-Diggers and University Bulldogs from Sunset Baseball Field. The pitch. One behind him. I think he was trying to throw a curveball. There's no doubt that Hondo is not even close to being on. That pitch would have been over the plate against Eaton in the first start of the season. That curveball is not turning over today at all. Ball 2, strike 1. Infield again is playing in. The offering. Fastball is outside. 3-1. And Nolan Johnson, the number 1 hitter in this lineup, at least in the starting lineup, is on deck. You got to come in with a fat one here. 3-1 pitch. Swung on and lifted into right center field. That's got plenty of carry. And that ball's going to be caught. A shallow fly ball. Throw it to home. I'm not sure why it went all the way through. Now it's a wild ricochet by David Wolf on that throw. There was no reason to go all the way through. It'll turn into a throwing air, no sack fly. And it's 1-0 University. Second air by Brush. No sacrifice fly there. That was a lot more shallow than I thought from this vantage point. He just hits a cutoff, man. And advancing to third is Mikey Roy, and that's what's plagued the B-Diggers this season. I have no idea why he threw all the way through. There was no way that runner was going to tag up from third in Tejada. No way. As shallow as that ball was hit. A mental and a physical miscue there. And the B-Diggers have given away a run. And the pitch. And the breaking ball's a strike. And that took a wild ricochet against that board near the fence or attached to the fence. No balls and 1 strike. Let's see if they can keep him to 1 run. In the top of the second inning. And the offering. Fastball is upstairs. And University's good enough they could win the game by a 1-0 margin. We saw Eaton defeat Brush 2-0 and 3-0 this season. Hopefully the B-Digger bats will come alive. Hondo shakes off a sign. And the pitch. Bender, swing and a miss. That's a beautiful curveball. 1-2. And Hondo was relatively backing up the play, but again, it was such a horrendous throw out in center. I don't even know how you back that up. And the 1-2. Fastball to the screen. Ricochets in the air. Back to Griffith. Run scores in a wild pitch. It took that high ricochet back to him. He had to wait. And on the wild pitch scoring is Mikey Roy. It's 2-0 University. And how many times have we seen in baseball? I wouldn't be surprised if he struck him out right here. So it's 2 balls and no strikes. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Nolan Johnson. Line in the pitch. Swung on and grounded down to third. Backhanded stop by Enols. Picks it up. Throw to first will be late. And that's the 3rd error committed by Brush. Well, you're not going to win this game with 3 errors. 3 errors already. And the inning is extended for Greg Garza. A throw was right there, but it was late because of the initial misfield. And let's see, we're going to have a courtesy runner, or no, we got a shoe issue. So Garza steps in. University has picked up just 1 hit in the inning, but it's resulted in 2 runs. And the pitch swung on and tapped foul at the plate. It's 0-1. Hondo's already up to 38 pitches, too. Yeah, just a shame. He threw the right pitch to Padilla. Got a shallow fly. The wind just took it in a bit, and then David Wolf airmailed everybody, including the backup. And then the wild pitch on the 2-strike count scored the second run. Garza waits the pitch. Go back to first. Back in diving over there is Nolan Johnson. And what happens here, you keep the defense out of rhythm. Well, the defense has got to get into their own rhythm, too. You can't commit 3 errors. It's already game number 7. And the Brush defense has faltered many times this year. And the pitch swung on and driven in the air to center field, going back. Still going back is Wolf towards the track. And did he make the catch? No, it's right over his head. A run is going to try to score. Stumbling around third. Shelton can't make the throw to the plate. It'll be a 2-out RBI double, as scoring was Nolan Johnson, who fell between third and home. And University now leads 3-0. That's an unearned run. Took a hard turn at third. Now the Bay Diggers have 3 runs to make up on their home field. And here's River Jackson. That ball was hit well. About 380 straight away. And David was played, he was either shallow or just about right, at least for normal hitters. But Garza gave it a ride. Hondo getting the sign from Griffith. Yeah, you just hate to see this, man. The pitch. Bender's up and in. 1 ball and no strikes. Getting that third out has been an issue in this inning. And 3 runs looks awfully big right now. The pitch swung on. That ball is laced into left center field. Caden Schwint is not going to catch up to that ball. He'll chase it down. Around third is Garza. It's another 2-out RBI double. This one from River Jackson. Another unearned run. And University leads 4-0 in Brush in the second inning. That'll send up Alex Martinez. And when you consider that when David Wolf caught that baseball, that was the second out. All the runs have scored with 2 outs. Because Tejada or Padilla did not even get an RBI on that fly ball. Garza, by the way, is now 2 for 2 after his hit 2 batters ago. The pitch. Fastball is upstairs. Alex Martinez, the hitter, walked his first time up. He is the 8th hitter of the inning. 4 have scored, 2 are down, 1 is on. 1 ball and no strikes, and the pitch swung on and fouled straight back. Well, the Bay Digger bats are going to have to come out in this game. 1-1 to Martinez. And it's all right-handed hitting for University, too. All righties. And the offering. The bender's right down the middle at the knees. That'd be a great out pitch. It has been an out pitch before, but not in this game. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Off of second is Jackson. Griffith lays down the sign. Time is called. But Brush got to be kicking themselves in this inning. You had a chance to hold them to 0, and now it's 4. And the game could all be decided in this inning. The pitch runner going. It's in the dirt, skips away up the third base side, and now breaking for the plate. And the throw, the toss is not going to be made. Taking 2 bases on the wild pitch and scoring is Jackson. And it's 5-0 University, a 2-base wild pitch. Wow. It is 2-2. So Martinez now up there with the bases empty. What a disaster. We've had wild pitches. We've had errors. And unless Brush is going to swing the bats, this game swung on and tapped foul. Almost looks like it's not going to be contested early. Count remains at 2-2 to Alex Martinez. It was a breaking ball that skipped off Griffith. He couldn't locate it. That's what allowed the run to score. And he checked his. Oh, they're going to say he went. And Martinez strikes out on the breaking ball in the dirt as Griffith applies a tag. But a disastrous inning for Brush. 5 runs on 3 hits. There were 2 errors, and the bases were left empty. 1 1/2 innings have been played as Bee Digger Baseball is brought to you in part by Buildings by Design. The score, University 5, Brush nothing on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. We're only in the bottom of the second inning, but the Bee Diggers have some work to do here, down 5-0 to University. An inning that featured 3 hits for University, 2 went for extra bases, a 2-base wild pitch. And we also had 2 errors. The Bee Diggers have 3 in the game. If they have any chance of winning, they've got to completely reverse the trend, a very disturbing trend that they've established defensively in the first 2 innings, especially that second inning. It'll be Caden Moriarty to lead off for Brush. Moriarty will be followed by David Wolf. And then Cesar Hinojos. And the right-hander Disparty comes home. And that is up and away. 1 ball and no strikes. Even Disparty threw 17 pitches in the opening inning. So the Bee Diggers worked him a little bit, but they got to work him a lot more. Laying down the sign is Martinez. And the offering. Swung on line. Base hit into right field on a ball that was up in the zone. Ball is bobbled out there, but no further advance as Tejada gets it in. And Moriarty, who's been swinging the stick pretty well all season. In fact, he's got a 3-run homer to his credit. Well, hitting 158 going in. Okay, when I've seen him, he's been hitting the ball well, but the numbers don't indicate that. David Wolf hitting 235. The Bee Diggers hitting 225 as a team. So that tells you about the offensive deficiencies. University over 400 as a team, and the Bee Diggers just over 220. That's why it's going to be tough to come back from a 5-0 hole. Time is called. I think maybe a ball got loose down the right field line past the University dugout. And stepping back in is the right-handed hitting senior center fielder. He'll play baseball at the next level. Disparty stretches. Throw back to first, and that's a close play. Moriarty back in. Bank of Colorado is the only bank dedicated to help you make the most of living here. Not just a bank in Colorado, they're Bank of Colorado, proud supporter of local sports and academics. Swung on, fouled off to the right off the end of the bat. No balls and 1 strike. That's Bank of Colorado. All right, I'm going to check, see if it's getting even warmer. Maybe it's that heat index. 73 degrees at first pitch, 73 now. And the 0-1. Swung on, lifted down the right field line, twisting into foul territory. Long run, and the catch is made. A sliding catch into foul territory by Tejada. That's the defense that University has displayed the last few seasons, and there's 1 down. Back to first is Moriarty. And that's where you can just lay out, because if you don't make the play, it's just another strike. But he covered a lot of ground. Here's Hinojos, the third baseman. looking for his first hit. He's 0 for 14 the pitch. The breaking ball is upstairs. 1 ball and no strikes. Bee Diggers had a base runner in the first, have a base runner here in the second, trailing 5-0 to University. Parker Disparty coming home. Swag and a miss. Pitch down in the zone. Count levels at 1 ball and 1 strike with 1 out and 1 on. Moriarty with some speed over there. 2-step lead. The pitch. And that's off the glove of the catcher to the screen. Ricochets right back to Martinez. No throw. And on the wild pitch, Moriarty. K-Dog to second. And it's 2-1. What are the Bee Diggers going to get from the bottom of the lineup, though? They've got to answer that question. With their bats, 2-1. Fastball is upstairs. You don't have to get a hit. You just have to get on. Krieger on deck is hitting 111. Caden Schwint, the 9-hitter, having a banner season so far at 375. 3-1. Disparty coming home. Fastball, a strike on the inner half. Above the knees, it's 3 balls and 2 strikes. Had a late start to this game, a little bit of a late start. Moriarty off second. 3-2. Swung on, grounded foul down the third base side. Nice swing by Cesar. Very accomplished athlete. Leading scorer for the basketball team, which made it to the state tournament. Good pitcher on this team. He just wants to get that bat up to speed now. Disparty with a 3-2. Swung on and chopped foul. That might have been ball 4, but Cessa was not going to take a chance on that. Yeah, he knew it, that it was upstairs, but he took a short swing. When you take the short swing, you maximize the opportunity of hitting the baseball. Back to 3-2 here from Disparty to Hinojos. Off of second is Moriarty. Coming home, and the bender went behind him. That's what happened with Hondo a couple of times earlier in this game. He just couldn't throw that breaking ball. Now, Jace Krieger's got tons of speed if he can put the ball on the ground. Let's look at University's results, because that's the thing. Is this pitching staff, which is thrown well, capable of giving up a lot of runs? Well, 3-2 University. They shut out Res. They beat Res 11-5, 20-2 against Valley, 10-0 against Valley. That's going to be tough, but we're early on in this game. And the pitch. Fastball is upstairs. 1 ball and no strikes. Here to the number 8 hitter, Jace Krieger. Another junior for Brush. On deck is another junior in Caden Schwint. Runners take their leads. 1-0 pitch. Fastball is high. Disparty's lost control out there. 2-0. Let's see what Coach Odell has him doing. You might have him take here on a 2-0. The offering, down and away. And Disparty looks like he's aiming. 3 balls and no strikes. He walks in. Head coach Casey Miller might have to pay a visit. Yeah, they've got those naked sleeve shirts there with a blue undershirt, the navy blue undershirt. 3-0 offering. That's high, not even close. Krieger walks. The bases are loaded with only 1 out. Back-to-back walks, and here's Caden Schwint. Again, a 375 hitter. Caden can get the Bee Diggers right back into the game. And the thing is that Schwint has put up some solid numbers, even just getting on base. Forget about just the batting average. And on-base percentage this year of .545, so he's getting on more than he's getting retired. Out of the stretch is Disparty. 5-0 University, bottom 2, but only 1 out. Schwint awaits. The pitch inside, a fastball, 1 ball and no strikes. That strike zone gets awfully small after a while. Really small. And the 1-0. That's on the outside corner for a strike. Premier Farm Credit understands production ag. They've been serving our rural communities for over 100 years. Sterling, Fort Morgan, Human, Holyoke. Premier Farm Credit. 1 ball, 1 strike. The offering. Swinging a foul to the backstop. On a fastball letter high, it's 1-2 with Ty Griffith on deck. Already a critical point in the game for both Brush. More so for Brush, really, than University. The infield is a double play depth. 1-2. The offering swung on and fouled off to the right. Went with a fastball down the middle. See, we had this situation in the top of the second. It was second and third with 1 out. Hondo got Tejada in a weak fly to center, but then a miscue on the throw. When the runners were not tagging up, scored the first run, then it fell apart after that with a wild pitch, a couple of doubles, another wild pitch, and that's how it's 5-0. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch, the bender's in the dirt, blocked beautifully by Martinez. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Caden seen that ball right out of his hand. Caden looks, I will say, looks comfortable. Hopefully he hits comfortably here. Disparty ready. 2-2. Swung on and fouled. Man, this guy's a warrior at the plate. He just wants to extend the at-bat. Nothing complicated here. Remaining at 2-2. The Bee Diggers are looking to get back into the game, down by 5 in the second. Off of third is Moriarty. Hinojos at second. Krieger at first. The stretch by Disparty at the belt. The pitch. Fastball is upstairs. I mean, Caden has seen the ball beautifully. 3-2. Can he coax a third consecutive walk by Disparty? That could change this game. 3-2 pitch. Swung on and fouled off the catcher. Oh, I got a piece of the baseball. No, he did get a piece of it. I think Caden was unsure, but he did get a piece. Stays at 3-2. I think he went off speed, too, and Caden was right on it. This will be the 9th pitch of the at-bat. I mean, it's safe to say that Caden has been as impressive as anybody offensively this year for Brush, considering the 545 on base. We'll see another payoff pitch. Here it is. And that's low. It's a walk to Caden Schwint. Here comes K-Dog. Moriarty scores on the bases loaded walk. It's 5-1. We'll have a visit to the hill. Ty Griffith can change the game. B&B Appliance and Repair, from refrigerators to vacuums and everything in between. They have exactly what you need and service it too. That's B&B Appliance. Interesting pace to the game now. You figured with these teams, might go quickly. No way. 3 consecutive walks, very uncharacteristic of Disparty and University pitching. And with Shelton on deck, who knows what could happen in the bottom of the second. And Griffith up right now. It's a long conversation. Come on. Let's get this game resuming. All right, the bases are reloaded. Hinojos is the lead runner at third. Griffith grounded out his first time up. Remember, this is 3 walks in a row, so you got to make sure if you're going to swing at the first pitch, it's got to be a meatball. Stepping off is Disparty. Hinojos had a huge lead over there. Padilla really not covering at third. At the belt. The pitch, and that's low with a fastball. 1 ball and no strikes. With the way this inning is going, this also has the makings of a 2.5-hour plus game. Looking at third is Disparty, and the 1-0. Fastball is up and in. Now you got to take. You definitely have to take here, and I think that's what's going to happen. Unless this thing is a meatball, but Boy, 2-0, bases loaded. Can't find the zone. Has walked 3 in a row. This seems like an easy take. And the 2-0 pitch. And that is low, just below the knees. Nearly got the bottom of the zone, but it's 3-0. And again, that's what happens on a close pitch. You're not going to get that pitch. Well, this is definitely a take here for Griffith. 3 balls, no strikes. And the offering, that is a strike with a fastball on the outside corner, knee level. 3-1. Hinojos at third, Krieger at second, Schwint at first, 5-1. University one out, I should say, and bases loaded. In the second, the pitch. Swung on, line towards center field. Better go back to third base, and it's caught out there. Hinojos makes a base running mistake. Throw back to second, and it's a double play. Oh, horrendous base running by Brush. It was caught by Johnson. Krieger's doubled up at second. That cannot happen, and it just happened. The Bee Diggers ran themselves out of the inning on a line drive hit by Hinojos. And just like that, Brush had promise. It looked like a promising inning, but it's a double play, and the inning is over. The Bee Diggers scored just a run on 1 hit. No errors and 2 men left. Bee Digger Baseball is brought to you in part by Bank of Colorado with the score after 2 innings of play. It's University 5, Brush 1 on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Well, on 1 pitch, the inning changed, and the Bee Diggers are just making brutal mistakes. Brutal. Bases loaded, 1 out. Griffith hits a liner to center. Hinojos doesn't get back to third at all until it's caught. And then Krieger's double up at second. I don't know what's going on. Pitch is swung on and lifted to center field. Going back, still going back with room as David Wolfen makes the catch. I mean, they can play with this team, but not with that level of play or lack thereof. Ty Myers will now hit. He's been hit by a pitch. That probably would not have scored the run, considering it was a line drive, but you still go back. You still go back if you're both base runners. Why in the world you'd be that far off of third and second is beyond me. And instead of a 5-2 or 5-3 game, it's 5-1. Time is called. So between the wild pitches, the errors, and that base running mistake, that's at least a good 6 or 7 miscues already. And the offering, fastball is fouled back. No balls and 1 strike. The line score, 5 runs on 4 hits for University, 1 run, 1 hit for Brush. They've committed 3 errors, University with none. Bee Diggers know they've got to get a lot sharper. And the offering, swung on and grounded to third. And Hinojos has it throw to first, and that's going to be in time. That went off inconsequentially, by the way. That was not supposed to go off there. Hinojos retires the hitter. Ty Myers and 2 down. Here's Tejada. Now Tejada's play was a fielder's choice to short. That was a 6-4. Now it was actually Padilla's play that kind of changed the fabric of the first inning, or the second inning. The pitch. Fastball is away. 1 ball and no strikes. One 1-0 to Caleb Tejada. We're in the top of the third inning, 2 down, and the base is empty. The offering. Fastball is upstairs. It's 2-0. Let's go, Hondo. Limit those pitches, buddy. 52 pitches so far, only 27 for strikes. And his pitches would be limited if, again, there was some defensive support. But he does have a couple of wild pitches to his credit. 2 balls and no strikes. And the pitch. And the breaking ball's a beauty. Ball 2, strike 1. To Caleb Tejada. Hitting from the right side with an open stance. The offering. Fastball is up and in. We're just past the top of the hour. 5:01 Mountain Time in Northeast Colorado. I'm John Beltran. This is 1010 KSIR, Brush, Fort Morgan, Otis. and on the web at ksir.com. Brush Trails University, 5-1 in the third. The pitch, fastball is up and away. It's a walk. I did not anticipate this many walks today. Really on both sides. Hondo has 2. Disparty has 3, all in the second inning. And watch out because Mikey Roy, with 1 on and 1 out in the second, hit a gapper to right center. And David Wolf is shaded that way. Nice lead at first. The pitch. The bender's right there for a strike. It's 0-1. Well, in order, B. Digger's got to work on fielding and maybe base running based on what we saw there. The pitch, swing, and it's off the catcher's glove, or did he foul it? No, he didn't foul it. Advancing to second. Nope, it was a foul. Okay. No balls and 2 strikes. Hondo's got a strikeout in the game. That's the thing with University. They know how to put it in play. No balls, 2 strikes. He struck out 12 Eaton Reds to begin the season. Stretch. And the pitch. Fastball is up and away. Ball 1, strike 2. You get this guy out, then the 9-hitter comes up first in the third inning, or in the fourth inning. I'm off by 1 today. I'm doing a bad job. I got to start counting by ones. Here we go, 1-2. The offering, runner going. That is a called strike 3. What a beautiful breaking ball thrown by Hondo. Second strikeout of the game for Alejandro Matos Garcia. And in the inning for University, no runs on no hits. No errors and a man left. B. Digger Baseball. Brought to you in part by Buildings by Design with a score. After 2 1/2 innings, University 5, Brush 1 on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Braxton Shelton was hit by a pitch to begin the bottom of the first inning. It's actually the second hitter of the first. 5-1 University. The pitch, and that is inside. 1 ball and no strikes. The B Diggers had a huge opportunity to score more than 1 run in the second and just faltered. The offering, down and away. 2 balls and no strikes from Disparty, the right-hander, who has labored. He really has labored after a solid first inning. 2-1 to Shelton. The pitch, swung on and lifted foul way out in front of the off-speed. Ball 2, strike 1. Yeah, 1 swing will get the B Diggers closer, but they got to go to work here against Disparty. The offering, and that's in the dirt. 3-1. He pitched out of major trouble in the second. 3 balls and 1 strike. Shelton looking for a fat one. The pitch, down and away. It's a walk. 4th walk issued by Parker Disparty. Kyle Wellen struck out swinging his first time up. Let's see how the B Diggers chip away. They have to start winning innings. If they can win an inning or 2, they've got a shot here. They clearly lost the second inning, but University did not score in the third. At the belt, the offering, and that skips in, blocked by Martinez. 1 ball and no strikes. This game is just meandering along slowly. 1 hour even, and we're not through the third. Coming back. Swung on line. Base hit into left field for Kyle Wellen. Shelton got a late jump from first, but he'll get the second. But that was, I'm not sure if Braxton thought that was going to be caught. He got a real late jump, but got there to second in time. That throw came in. from the left fielder, Mikey Roy. B-Diggers have their second hit. And now for the B-Diggers, here's Hondo, who popped to left his first time up. I mean, you have the feeling if Brush just cuts out some of the silly miscues, they can win this game. Stepping off is Disparty, and now he's calling for the catcher Martinez to run through the signs again. Disparty has thrown 64 pitches. And again, I can't read 54. 28 strikes, 26 balls. But leads 5-1 with 2 on and nobody out. Well, they squandered opportunities in the second. They don't want to do that 1 inning later. Pitch to Hondo. Fastball is upstairs. Nice job of the junior pitcher laying off that one. He wanted to swing and said, nope, that's not going to do anything. Shelton at second, Wellen at first. University leads by 4 runs in the bottom of the third in Brush. The pitch. Low. Not sure what Casey Miller's backup plan is. Disparty won't be going the distance here. More than halfway to 110, and he's not more than halfway through the game. And the 2-0 offering. Swung on. That ball is laced to short. That could be a double play. To second for 1. To first, that's a 6-4-3. Jackson to Garza to Ty Myers, and there's 2 down. And that was on a 2-0 pitch. To third is Shelton. Here's Moriarty. Had a base hit to right his first time up. Taylor made double play on the screaming one hopper. Well, another opportunity could be squandered. Hondo had his pitch, too. Hit it hard. The pitch. Strike. Curveball. Down the middle. It's 0-1. Off of third is Shelton. The pitch. In the dirt. Skips in front of the plate. Braxton cannot advance. We could use a wild pitch here. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 on. 2 down, though. Laying down the sign is Martinez. The pitch. And that one skips all the way. Ricochets right back to the catcher, Martinez. That's a home field disadvantage. You don't have much space and much territory, and you've got a board. If you didn't have a board there, then it would just really just ricochet up against the fence and not take that wild bounce. 2-1. Swung on. That is lifted into left center field. And to his right should be a routine play as making the grab for the final out is Nolan Johnson. And the B-Diggers get a base hit, but they're kept off the board in the bottom of the third inning, stranding Braxton Shelton at third. B-Digger Baseball is brought to you in part by Greg Mullen at State Farm Insurance. We have played 3 innings in Brush. University 5, the B-Diggers 1. This is 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. To the 4th inning we go. University 5 and the B-Diggers 1 in Brush. It'll be the 9-1-2 hitters for the Bulldogs. Cannon Padilla, Nolan Johnson, and Greg Garza against right-hander Alejandro Maltos Garcia, 59 pitches deep. About a 50-50 ratio. 31 strikes, 28 balls. The pitch swung on and missed on the bender. No balls and 1 strike. University scored all their runs in the second. And of those runs, only 1 was earned. And the offering skips in. Count levels at 1-1. Evan James doing the public address announcing, not with me today. He should be with Kevin Fergus on Thursday. I'll be back with you on Friday right here from Brush. 1 ball and 1 strike. And the pitch. The breaking ball is outside. Ball 2, strike 1. The Bee Digger run scored in the second inning, brought to you by Western Engineering Consultants. Engineering and consultant services for all of your projects. Swing and a miss. Strong commitment to their clients' needs sets them apart. Get your project started the right way. Western Engineering Consultants. 2 balls and 2 strikes. It says 1 and 2 on the board. I've got 2 and 2. And the pitch. Fastball is outside. Well, now it's 2 and 2. Yep, should be 3 and 2. That's what it is. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Full count. To the opening hitter here in the 4th inning. The number 9 hitter. Payoff pitch. Strike 3 called. Fastball right down the middle. He's rung up. And Padilla's out number 1. Second consecutive strikeout for Hondo. 3rd of the game. Nolan Johnson has popped to left and reached on an error. He is 0 for 2. I don't see any clouds right now. They call that a high sky. You can't tell the difference between the ball and the blue. The pitch. Fastball is upstairs. It actually helps a fielder when there's a lower sky. You got some clouds up there. Then you can find the ball when it's hit in the air amidst the clouds. The wind and pitch. And the bender swung on, grounded a short. Moriarty backhands. Long throw to first is a bullet, and that's going to be late. It's a base hit for Nolan Johnson. Yeah, that was a slow roller. And despite the strong arm of Moriarty, Johnson beats it out. And that's now base hit number 5 for the Bulldogs. Sends up Garza. This guy's been a terror, a single and a double. University at 5-0 going in. They mean business. They've done that all season. Nice lead at first. The pitch. Fastball is off the glove of Griffith to the screen. It's a pass ball. And it's 1 ball and no strikes. Can't give up another run now. You've had traffic for Brush in every inning. You've had traffic for University as well, except in the 3rd. Time is called. Well, minor traffic, that is. 1 ball and no strikes. With 1 out, University 5, Brush 1. Griffith lays down the sign. 4-step lead at second. Garza awaits the pitch. Fastball outside corner, strike 1. That was thigh high. It's 1-1. Yep, Hondo has got number 1 stuff, but he's really working hard in this game. Really working hard. But again, just 1 earned run. Looking back, coming home. Curveball is lifted to left center field. To his right is David Wolf, still going towards the fence and makes the catch. Runner tags to 3rd, and Moriarty's going to have to run it in. It'll be 2 down. And at 3rd for University is Nolan Johnson. And retired today for the first time was Greg Garza. River Jackson popped out and had an RBI double. Again, hold them right there at 5-1, and you've got 4 opportunities. Ty Griffith's got to be a wall back there. See, that's a big advance. That's a big advance. The pitch. Swung on line, base hit left field. On a ball right down the middle, up in the zone. Now the ball gets away from Schwinton left. The throw to second, the tag, and safe. It's an error on Schwint. 4th error of the game. Give Jackson the RBI single. And University leads 6-1. And the defensive miscues continue for Brush. Alex Martinez has walked and struck out. But now another man in scoring position. Time is called. This is going to be one of these games that if the Bee Diggers just clean up the mess, they're going to be very competitive in. But it just gets messier. Breaking ball, strike one at the knees. No balls and one strike. University back up by 5. Jackson off of second. Griffith lays down the sign. And a step off. Get back in the box here. Hondo at the chest. The pitch. Down and away. Went with a heater. That is pitch number 73. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 on, 1 across, and 2 down. University 6, Brush 1 in the visiting half of the 4th inning. TG lays down the sign. The pitch. Fastball, a strike. Nice heater. Down the middle, belt high. That had some extra pop to it. 1-2. Martinez right back in the box. Jackson not held at second. That's a 5-step advantage. Moriarty cheating towards the bag. The pitch. Swung on and foul. Went with a fastball the same level. Took a short swing and got a piece of it. Stays at 1-2. Hondo at the most has 2 innings left at the most, because you're down to 35 pitches max after this. And time is now called. Now, that run was earned, by the way. So 6 runs allowed by Hondo, only 2 earned. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch. Called strike 3 on the breaking ball. A gorgeous pitch from Hondo. He records 2 strikeouts in the inning. However, University scores again, a run on 2 hits. There was a B-Digger error and 1 man left. B-Digger Baseball is brought to you in part by Premier Farm Credit. 3 1/2 innings are in the books in Brush. University 6, Brush 1 on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. 6-1 University. Let's go to the bottom of the 4th inning. I'm John Beltran from Sunset Baseball Field. 6, 7, and 8 for the B-Diggers. David Wolf, Cesar Hinojos, and Jace Krieger against right-hander Parker Disparty, who has not been effective. He might have given up 1 run, but 31 strikes, 30 balls, 61 pitches. However, he's gotten 2 huge plays defensively, a 6-4-3 double play, and prior to that, a liner to center to double up a runner at second. The pitch swung on and lifted down the right field side. That's twisting foul and giving chase, but not getting there is Tejada. It's 0-1. In fact, that's exactly where Wolf hit it the last time when Tejada made a sliding catch in foul territory. No balls and 1 strike. The offering and the Benders down and away. 1 ball and 1 strike. Here to David Wolf, the number 6 hitter for Brush. The pitch. Ooh, that got him on the helmet. Wolf tried to get out of the way, but nice job of Wolf making sure that didn't hit him in the face. Second hit batsman. Well, if you're Hondo, he's already hit a batter, but I don't think you want to hit another batter. I don't think you want to, because you're down by 5. You can't afford anything now. Cesar walked his first time up. The stretch. And the pitch to Hinojos. That's down and away. 1 ball and no strikes. Cesar had a very good plate appearance his first time up. With that walk, still looking for his first hit of the season. Short lead at first for Wolf. Long pause, coming home. Swung on, line down the left field line, twisting, and that is just foul. It's called foul. It is just foul. Yep, he's back to the plate. Yeah, the B-Digger fans thinks it's fair, but it is foul. That barely missed, and the count is now level at 1-1. Cesar got all of that ball, but a little too much tail to it. 1 ball and 1 strike. Here to Cesar Hinojos. Two-step lead. And the pitch. Squaring the bunt, and the ball hit him. He did not bunt there. That ball hit him on the breaking ball. 2 consecutive hit batsmen. Well, maybe the Bee Diggers will get back into this game. Here's Jace Krieger. He also walked. I'm telling you, just when you think Brush is out of this game, they generate base runners, but they need the big hit, and they have to avoid a base running mistake. The pitch swung on. That is lifted in the infield, and the second baseman, Greg Garza, to his left, makes the catch. The infield fly rule's in effect, and there's 1 out. And he got a pitch to hit, but it was a changeup, and he was out in front. And here's Caden Schwent, who walked with the bases loaded, driving in a run for Brush. So Wolf at second, and Noholz at first with 1 out. The offering. Fastball is upstairs. Here's the thing. Coach Miller wants Disparty to go at least 4, hopefully 5 innings, because then he can come in with a bullpen, which is going to be a big challenge for the Bee Diggers. 1 ball and no strikes. Runners take their leads. The offering, and that's inside. 2-0. Yeah, if we can get to Shelton in this inning, then the Bee Diggers can make some noise. You don't want him leading off the 5th inning. 2 balls and no strikes. Is Schwinn going to take here? We'll find out. And he's off of second, and they're going to pick him off. In between second and third is David Wolf. They're going to run him back to second. He's going to be tagged out. I have no idea what Brush is doing. Why? Why? That is awful. That is a pickoff of 1 to 4 to 5, or let's see, it might be 1 to 6 to 5 to 4. Either way, it's a pickoff of Wolf, and there's 2 down, and the Bee Diggers continue to make atrocious mistakes here. Just terrible errors, and here is now a 2-0 count to Schwinn with 1 on and 2 out. I have no idea. I mean, it's a 2-0 count. The stretch. And the offering. And that's ball 3. You could have the bases loaded. You could have had the bases loaded with the top of the lineup. I don't understand that. Why are you that far off of second? I don't know. Somebody tell me. 3-0, because there's no logical answer for that ridiculous of an error. The pitch. That's a strike. It's 3-1. And I've been covering Brush baseball for 2+ decades. And the number of mistakes they made in this game, they're lucky they're only down by 5. And the 3-1 pitch. Swung on and lifted into the right center field gap. To his right is Tejada, and he's going to make the catch. And the Bee Diggers are retired in the bottom of the 4th inning. For Brush in the frame, no runs, no hits, no errors. And 1 man left as Bee Digger baseball is brought to you in part by High Plains Bank and Wiggins. We have played 4. It's University 6 and the Bee Diggers 1 on 1010 KSIR, KSIR.com, and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. We're certainly running out of innings here in Brush. The Bee Diggers trail the game by a score of 6-1 to 5-0 University, the 2-time defending 3A state champions. And Brush has unfortunately contributed to that success for University. Only 2 earned runs allowed by Hondo. And here's Disparty to begin the 5th. The pitch. Bounced it in there. Disparty lined to the second baseman, Shelton, and then popped to center. He is 0 for 2. 5, 6, and 7 for the Bulldogs. Let's see if we can get a 1-2-3 inning. 1 ball and no strikes. Hondo looking in. Now time is called. Disparty, Myers, and Tejada here in the 5th inning. 5 runs in the 2nd is the difference in this game. The offering outside with a heater. 2 balls and no strikes. Let's see if Hondo comes in with one here. And the pitch. Not even close. He's falling off the mound. Ball 3. I think Hondo's getting tired now. I'm seeing a lot of arm on those 3 pitches and not a lot of legs. His mechanics look pretty good, but let's see, there's a leg kick, but it's same location. He walked him on 4 pitches. Hondo struck out 2 in the previous inning. And now Hondo has just issued a walk, his 3rd of the game. Here's Myers, hit by a pitch and grounded to third. 6-1 University in the visiting half of the 5th inning. Let's see, Myers getting some instructions there from Casey Miller as he steps in. 2-step lead at first. Now extends it a bit. Hondo getting the sign. And the pitch. Fastball, a strike on the outer half thigh high. It's 0-1. 6 runs on 6 hits for the Bulldogs. 1 run on 2 hits for the Bee Diggers. University with 0 errors. The Bee Diggers have 4. Brush has stranded 5. University has stranded 4. 0-1. Coming home. Bender swung on and missed. Skips away to the screen. It'll be a wild pitch. On the wild pitch to second is Disparty. Check that. That's the courtesy runner over there anyway. It is the courtesy runner. Could be Dalton Yast over there. Or Yaste. See if we get the number. No balls, 2 strikes. University looking to extend the lead. The pitch. Check swing. Did not go on the fastball up and in. Yeah, that's Yaste at second. 1 ball and 2 strikes. On deck is Caleb Tejada. Laying down the sign is Griffith. The pitch. Swung on and fouled off to the right. 84 pitches deep. All right, now we're at the ballpark. Somebody's walking away with, some popcorn and a burger. Yeah, I got to start taking advantage of that. I'll do that on Friday. Friday here against Valley, I'll be here. And the pitch. Fastball is upstairs. Ball 2, strike 2. Hondo's now at 85 pitches. So, again, he's running out of that. The pitch category is getting low on him. 2-2 to the number 6 hitter. Yaste with about a 4 to 5 step lead. The pitch. The bender didn't go anywhere. Stayed up and in. Curveball makes it 3-2. And you do have the bottom of the order coming up in the 7, 8, and 9 hitters. You don't want to get to the number 1 hitter. If not, you could see a shorter game. You don't want this to be a 5-inning game against 2 top 10 teams. 3-2. Whoa, curveball stayed high. It's a walk. Here is Tejada. Fielder's choice and a walk. Hondo has begun the 5th inning with 2 consecutive base on balls. We'll have a conversation. And Brush has got to keep this at 6-1 to have even a minuscule, a meager chance just to get back into the game, let alone try to win this thing. They had a huge opportunity in the 2nd inning. Bases loaded, 1 out, a liner to center. And Krieger was doubled off second. Then you had 1st and 2nd, nobody out in the 3rd on a 2-0 pitch. Hondo grounded into a 6-4-3 double play. It was a screaming one-liner, though. Or one hopper. And that pretty much thwarted that rally. So Tejada has had 2 plate appearances. He's 0 for 1. Hondo with no more than 23 pitches to go in this game. 87 on his resume for this one. Runners take their leads for the Bulldogs. The stretch looking back. And the pitch. Fastball is a beauty right there on the outer half thigh high. It's strike 1. 0-1 to Caleb Tejada. Mikey Roy hit a big double in that 5-run second. He waits to hit next. Again, the runners with nice advantages out there. Hondo looking back again. And a second time. Comes home. Curveball is a gorgeous pitch. Same location, different pitch. Same result. It's 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes to Tejada. Hondo's got 4 strikeouts in the game. Griffith lays down the sign. Time is called. Yeah, I think he'll finish out this inning. Unless they get a base hit or 2, he should finish out the inning. Here we go, 0-2. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. And striking out is Tejada on a breaking ball. And that is strikeout number 5 for Hondo. Here's Mikey Roy. Doubled and struck out looking. 1 for 2. The Bee Diggers are at double play depth, with Shelton at second and Moriarty at short. The stretch. The offering, squaring to bunt, lays it down the third baseline. That should be a base hit. Barehanded, no throw. That's a beautiful bunt by Mikey Roy, and the bases are loaded. And that is the definition of small ball. A perfect bunt up the third base side. And Roy is now 2 for 3. Padilla is 0 for 2. Hit that fly to center. And then struck out looking. The middle at double play depth. They're in at the corners. The offering. Fastball right there for a strike at the knees. No balls and 1 strike. How about a strikeout or a 1-2-3 double play? Let's make this easy. Hondo ready. The offering. Swing and a miss and a fastball. An elevated fastball. 0-2. Let's go. Get him here. Get him here and work on the next hitter, Johnson. No balls, 2 strikes. Bases loaded, 1 out. The offering. Curveball called strike 3 on the inside corner, and that thing was nasty. I mean, that was nasty with a capital N. Strikeout number 6, second of the inning, 2 down. And that is, what a pitch. What a pitch. Here's Nolan Johnson. Got to watch out for this guy. He's popped to left, reached on an air, and then singled. He's hit the ball to the left side every time. With the bases loaded and 2 down. Hondo shakes off a sign. The pitch, swing and a miss on a bender. Oh, that pitch is lethal. It starts out as a ball, comes in as a strike, and ends up as a ball or a strike at the bottom of the zone. That's why it's tough to hit. 0-1. That was pitch number 95. The offering, swing and a miss, blew the fastball right by him, just above belt level. It is 0-2. I think Hondo's getting stronger. It's pretty obvious. He is getting stronger in this game. But you got to put him away with the bases loaded out of the windup. And the pitch. Curveball is upstairs. 1 ball and 2 strikes. To Nolan Johnson. They get a base hit, this game is pretty much over. But 6-1, you might have a shot here. And what do we have? Ty Griffith is going to talk to his head coach, Tom Odell, who came out of the third base dugout. Maybe to make sure that signs are relayed correctly or something to that effect. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bases loaded. In the top of the 5th inning, University, the 2-time defending 3A champions, leading Brush 6-1. Hondo out of the windup. Hondo looks in. Hondo shakes off 1 sign, accepts the other. The pitch. And that bounces in. What a backhand scoop. Oh, Griffith just stuck his glove out there. I'm not sure how it went in the glove, but it did. 2 balls and 2 strikes. That was tremendous. He just saved a wild pitch. The runner at third is Dalton Yaste. 2-2. Swung on and fouled. Got a piece of it off the end of the bat. Yates at third, Myers at second, Roy at first. Here comes pitch number 100 for Alejandro Maltos Garcia, going for his 7th strikeout of the game. Here it is. Swing, and he waved at it, but the ball's going to skip to the screen, and the throw to the plate is going to be late to try to get the runner on a force. It'll be a strikeout wild pitch at 7-1 as Yates scores. Oh, that's just too bad. That is too bad. And the inning is extended for Garza. But give Hondo another strikeout. Hondo now has 3 in the inning and 7 in the game. Garza singled, doubled, and popped to left center. He is 2 for 3. Oh, that's just too bad. That is too bad. And the pitch. Fastball is upstairs. 1 ball and no strikes. If Garza hits 1 out, then we could see a shortened game. Let's keep this in play. Let's get the out here. If you're Brush. 1-0. Strike on a breaking ball. Down the middle, just above the knees. It's 1-1. At first base is Johnson. Ahead of him is Mikey Roy. Ahead of him is Ty Myers. University 7, Brush 1. And Garza calls time. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 across for the 2nd straight inning. The pitch. Upstairs, it's 2-1. What with a curveball? 2-1 to Garza. It just sounds a little bit relaxed here. Let's get back in that dugout. The pitch, way outside, not even close, 3-1. And again, Hondo's control has been inconsistent today. He does have the 7 strikeouts, but has 4 walks. 1 pitch away from making it 5 and 8-1. 3-1, the pitch, not even close, nearly hit him. It's a walk, a run scores. 8-1 University. Myers crosses home plate. Garza with another RBI. Here's River Jackson, 2 for 3. Hit it on the left side every time. This will be his last batter. He's got 105 pitches. With the bases loaded and the pitch. And did he go? He might have gone there on the check swing. Are they going to appeal? They're going to say a ball. 1-0. I thought they'd appeal that. There was a definite check swing. 1 ball and no strikes, and the offering swung on and lifted into shallow short now. The ball's tailing in, and Moriarty makes the catch. Hard to read the body language from ground level, but Moriarty did make that catch, and the Bee-Diggers are finally out of that inning. And it could have been worse, but it certainly could have been better. For University, 2 runs on 1 hit, no errors, and the bases were left loaded as we head to the bottom of the 5th inning in Brush. And University has control of this game right now. They lead the Bee-Diggers by a score of 8-1 on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Still playing baseball here. Bottom of the 5th inning in Brush. University 8, Brush 1. Man, just a really choppy game. Really choppy game here. Let's look at the line score right now. University with 8 runs on 7 hits. They've left 7. They have not committed an error. The Bee-Diggers are run on 2 hits, 4 errors, and 5 left on base. They've also had 2 base running miscues. Ty Griffith is grounded out and lined out. He's 0 for 2. And he will lead off. Catcher number 10, Ty Griffith. Griffith followed by Shelton and Kyle Wellen. Against right-hander Parker Disparty. And the offering. Swung on, lined, foul. Down the third base side. Hit that real hard, but out in front, it's 0-1. "74 pitches so far by Disparty, 37 strikes, 37 balls. I mean, it's 73, but it feels like 90 right now. Whew. The stretch, at least to me, maybe it's just the headset. The pitch swung on and chopped over the mound. The shortstop to his left, off his glove, and reaching is going to be Ty Griffith. It'll be a base hit. River Jackson went well to his left and got a glove on it. And here's Shelton. Yeah, that was not routine. It was a chop over the mound, and Jackson did what he could. Shelton with no plate appearance, no at bat yet. He's been hit by a pitch and walked. The stretch and the offering, and that's in the dirt, blocked by Martinez. 1 ball and no strikes. Well, the one thing that's gone up is Shelton's on-base percentage, which still is very important, even without an official at bat. 1 ball and no strikes. And Disparty comes home. Swung on, grounded to short. Ranging in is Jackson. Throw to second for 1. Back to first. And late. The relay is late. 6-4 fielder's choice.
Now batting first baseman number 13, Kyle Wellen.
Kyle Wellen has struck out and singled. He's 1 for 2. Yeah, that was not hit hard enough for a double play. But you know what? Garza made it pretty close at first. They've got a really smooth infield for University. Short lead at first for Shelton. The offering, low, and a little bit inside. 1 ball and no strikes. We have played 1 hour and 41 minutes. Laying down the sign is Martinez. 1-0 pitch. Swung on, grounded to short again. To his right is Jackson. Flips to second for 1. And back to first, and that's high and off line. And safe is Wellen. 2 down. A good throw. Might have been a double play.
Alejandro Montes Garcia.
Hondo has popped out and grounded out. Both on the left side. And let's see what we have. I think Coach Miller is claiming interference. He might be claiming some sort of interference on the base runner, but that's not going to happen. That would have been called on the spot. And if it's not called on the spot, you're not going to change the umpire's mind. So that will just remain a simple 6-4. And quite frankly, you're up by 7 runs. Just give them the alert and walk off the field. I mean, to have an extended conversation it doesn't make any sense. You're up 8-1. There's 2 outs, 1 on, bottom of the 5th inning. That should be a simple 15 to 20 seconds and walk off the field. Let's continue the game. Point taken. So here's Hondo, righty against righty. And we know the umpires know the rules, but, I mean, it's still a good coaching move to go out there if you think there was a violation against Brush. But to extend the conversation is not going to get anything done. The pitch. Fastball is up and away. 1 ball and no strikes. This University program has been a machine here for the last several years. State titles in 2018 and 2019. And the 1-0 check swing foul to the backstop. 1 ball and 1 strike. In the bottom of the 5th inning, University leads Brush 8-1. The stretch by Parker Disparty. Coming home, swung on, popped up, left side. An easy play along the line. And now backing up and making the catch is the third baseman, Cannon Padilla. Almost like he lost that ball for a second. But the inning is over. The Bee Diggers leave a base runner. They do get a base hit. As we head to inning number 6, Bee Digger Baseball is brought to you in part by Greg Mullen at State Farm Insurance. With the score, University 8, the Brush Bee Diggers 1 on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. The Bee Diggers trail by 7 as we head to the top of the 6th inning. I'm John Beltran at Sunset Baseball Field and Brush, and the new pitcher is the right-hander Sam Metlin. Hondo did go 5, striking out 7, and did allow those 8 runs. I believe only 3 or 4 were earned. Yeah, Hondo gave up. He did walk 5, too, by the way. 4 earned runs. It'll be Alex Martinez, Parker Disparty, and Ty Myers for the Bulldogs. Martinez is 0 for 2, a walk and 2 strikeouts against the starter, Alejandro Maltos Garcia. Not sure how much action Metlin has seen this year. Wind and pitch. Over for a strike at the knees with a fastball. 0-1. I'm checking the pitching numbers now. First appearance this season for Sam Metlin. And the 0-1. Fastball is up and in. Kind of slings it up there a little bit. 1 ball and 1 strike to lead off the 6th inning. University with 5 runs in the 2nd, a run in the 4th, and 2 in the 5th. The Bee Diggers scored in the 2nd. The pitch swung on and popped up on the right side. The first baseman, Kyle Wellen, coming in, and he will make the one-handed grab, and there's 1 down. And that'll send up Parker Disparty. Tell you, he's not been sharp today, but good enough to allow the Bee Diggers to score just 1 run. Nice job of Metlin just going after these hitters, wanting to extend it to a 7th inning. The pitch swung on, grounded left side. The shortstop Moriarty backhands, long throw to first is in time, and there's 2 down. Caden makes it look easy with that strong arm. Ty Myers was hit by a pitch, grounded out and walked. He is 0 for 1. Metlin being very efficient. 4 pitches, 2 outs. And here is the wind by Metlin, and the offering. Swung on and lifted foul off to the right side along the line, but drifting out of play. No balls and 1 strike. By the time we get to the bottom of the 6th inning, we'll be at the 2-hour mark of this game. With 2 down and the bases empty. I'm not sure. Myers adjusting something there. No balls and 1 strike. Laying down the sign is Griffith. Wind and offering. Swung on, grounded a short. 3rd hop for Moriarty. Sets, throws, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Sam Metlin. To the bottom of the 6th we go. Bee Digger Baseball is brought to you in part by Stubbs Gas and Oil. With the score, University 8, Brush 1 on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. All right, the Bee Diggers are down to their final 6 outs. They've got some work to do, and they trail big time. 8-1 to the 2-time defending state champion University Bulldogs and Brush. The pitch swung on and tapped slowly up the first base side. Trickle foul, and it does. On the ball hit by Caden Moriarty. Got to go the other way with that one. Yeah, that ball, which was an off-speed pitch. And I didn't think Disparty had any chance to go the distance. But he's only got 83 pitches through 5. No balls and 1 strike, and the pitch swung on and tapped foul again, first base side. 0-2, Moriarty, Wolf, and Hinojos. Bee Diggers are being out-hit 7-3, outscored 8-1. No errors for University, 4 for Brush. No balls and 2 strikes. The pitch, fastball is up and away. 1-2. Bulldogs have controlled the game since the second inning. The pitch, curveball, grounded to second. Routine play for Garza. He throws to first for the out. And Caden Moriarty is now 1 for 3. 1 down for David Wolf. He popped to right and was hit by a pitch. A little bit of a rough game for David, an overthrow, and also was picked off. Swing and a miss and a breaking ball. No balls and 1 strike, top of the hour, but, like these B. Digger players are all good. They just cannot make these mistakes. The pitch, fastball is up and in. Straight up at 6 o'clock Mountain Time. This is 1010 KSIR Brush, Fort Morgan Marino, and KSIR.com. The offering. Swing and a miss above the letters. It's 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes to David Wolf. The offering. Swinging a foul back. Remains at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Martinez lays down the sign, the pitch. Curveball is upstairs. Counted 2-2. With Hinojos waiting to hit next. The pitch. And that ball hit him. Oh, David not happy. But you know what? He knows how to get hit by a pitch. He turns his body. That's what you have to do. It absorbs the blow.
Now batting third baseman number 22.
4 B Diggers have been hit in this game. Cesar is one of them. He also walked. Cesar is 0 for 0. Disparty is going to pick up the win here unless something disastrous happens, but he has not been sharp. Ball to strike ratio is not good, and he knows that with a 48-44 mark. Down and away, now 48 strikes, 45 balls. 1 ball and no strikes. Here in the bottom of the 6th inning, the B Diggers trail University 8-1 in Brush. At the belt, coming home, down and away off the glove of Martinez. That'll be a pass ball. To second is Wolf. Would be nice if the B Diggers can get around the order one more time, but they'd have to have a mini rally, generate a small rally in this inning, and then something in the 7th. Win or lose, just to gain some momentum for Thursday at Valley. The pitch. Swung on line, base hit to right field. First base hit of the season for Hinojos. To third is Wolf. Do not send him. He'll go back to third. That was hit too hard. And now runners at the corners for the number 8 hitter, Jace Krieger. Nice job of Hinojos going the other way.
Jace Krieger.
Krieger has walked and popped out. And that was a big play in the game when he popped out. It was first and second and nobody out. And that was an infield fly. The B Diggers are looking for their first run since the 2nd inning. Trailing by 7. Short leads. Be smart on the bases here. Brush has had 2 critical base running mistakes already. And the step off, throw to first. Hinojos to second. No throw. All right, well, they got away with that one. Give Hinojos a stolen base. They got away with that one. Let's see. There might be a pitching change. Yep, I think that's going to be it for Parker Disparty. We will take a 2-minute break. B Digger Baseball is brought to you in part by Bank of Colorado. A pitching change in the bottom of the 6th inning from Sunset Baseball Field in Brush. The score, University 8, Brush 1 on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. All right, this is 1010 KSIR. John Beltran back from Sunset Baseball Field in Brush. Gunnar Ponzer, a right-hander, is the new pitcher, with the B Diggers trailing 8-1 to University. Second and third, and one out for Jace Krieger. Big opportunity for the Bee Diggers to get back on the board. And who knows? This is baseball. There is no time limit. You get 2 or 3 guys on in a row, you're back in this game. Krieger at 0 for 1. Out of the windup. And the pitch. Fastball is upstairs. Gunnar Ponzer gets the sign. Kicks and fires. Swung on. That's popped up. That will not score a run into shallow center field, though. Somebody going to get it. It is caught. No runner to tag there. No way. Easy play out there by Nolan Johnson. That pitch was a little bit too high for Krieger to drive. Should have laid off of that one. You could tell once he swung at that pitch, that's not going anywhere. That's a pitcher strike, and here's Caden Schwint. Schwint has walked and popped out. Gunnar Ponzer with an 8.4 ERA. The curveball's up and in, so he's been hit hard in 3 appearances. A base hit would give the Bee Diggers a little life here. The pitch. Fastball is up and away. It's 2-0. If you can get to Braxton, this could be very, very interesting. But Schwint and Griffith would have to reach. 2-0 pitch. Fastball on the inner half. Strike 1. Ball 2, strike 1. Wolf at 30. Nohos at second. Wolf was hit by a pitch. Nohos singled to right. And the 2-1 offering. Up and in. Yeah, if I'm Caden here, I don't even swing. It's been very difficult to pitch to him all season. He's done a great job of getting on base, and he worked a 3-2 count for a bases-loaded walk earlier in the game. So he doesn't need to swing here. 3-1. Swung on, drills it deep to left field, and that one is going to be caught on a line. He did get a good swing at that one. He did swing. Mikey Roy puts it away. It's that type of game for the Bee Diggers. And even though he could have taken the pitch, he gave that a ride. But the Bee Diggers are left with a 0 in the 6th inning. No runs on a base hit. No errors and 2 men left in scoring position. We head to the 7th. University 8, Brush 1 on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Sam Metland begins his 2nd inning of work as we head to the 7th. And Brush with an 8-1 lead. Caleb Tejada, Mikey Roy, and Cannon Padilla against this right-hander. Tejada's 0 for 2, a fielder's choice, a walk, and a strikeout. Nuggets are coming up tonight, Game 2 of the Western Conference Playoff Series. Coverage begins at 7:30 right here on 1010 KSIR. They trail the Portland Trail Blazers 1-0. Well, Sam retired them in order in the 6th. And the right-hander delivers. Swung on and popped up into center field. Davin Wolf to his right. Now to his left and makes the grab with 1 down. I like the way Metland pitches. He's not messing around. Go after these guys. Have them swinging. And here's Mikey Roy, who's doubled, struck out, and a bunt single. He's 2 for 3. He has 2 of University's 7 hits. Garza's got 2 hits. Line and offering. Swing and a miss, and a ball down and in. No balls and 1 strike. To Mikey Roy. Medlin ready. And he kicks and fires. Swung on. That has popped up right side. Foul territory. Kyle Wellen near the dugout. Behind the dugout. Drops the ball. That is error number 5 for Brush. It is a foul ball, but you assign the error there as well. That's a rule in baseball, a makeable play, even if the at-bat, especially when the at-bat is extended. So 5 errors for the Bee Diggers. It's 0-2. Story of the game for Brush. That's one of the stories. No balls, 2 strikes, and a pitch. Up and in. Keep in mind, University has been flawless defensively. No balls and 2 strikes. They get 1 and 2, the pitch in the dirt. And count is sitting at 2 and 2. Let's see if did we lose you there? Nope, you're still good. I'm getting a signal that we might have had a miscommunication there. The pitch is up and in. 3 and 2. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Wind and offering. Swing and a miss. And there's a strikeout, but Ty Griffith thought there were 2 down. There's 2 down now. Scored me an extra error there, which I have to undo. There we go. Here's Gunnar Ponzer. Madeline's done one heck of a job, though. And the pitch is outside. One ball and no strikes on Ponzer. Hitting for the first time in the game. And the offering, and that's low. 2-0. The Bee Diggers have stranded more than University has. 8 stranded base runners for Brush, 7 for the Bulldogs. 2 balls, no strikes, 2 down, the base is empty. 6 Bulldogs have been retired in order. The pitch swung on, grounded to short. Moriarty's got it. Sets, fires. 1, 2, 3 inning for Sam Metlin for the 2nd inning in a row. Bee Digger Baseball is brought to you in part by Premier Farm Credit. 6 1/2 innings are in the books. We head to the bottom of the 7th inning in Brush. It's University 8, Brush 1 on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Last chance for the Bee Diggers as they head to the top of the order here, trailing 8-1 to University. It'll be Ty Griffith, Braxton Shelton, and then the number 3 hitter for Brush, Kyle Wellen, against right-hander Gunnar Ponzer. And he came into the game in the 6th inning in relief of the pitcher of record, Parker Disparty. Again, Brush has had opportunities. They're going to end up leaving more on base than University. But University's 3 outs away from moving to 6-0. The Bee Diggers are 3 outs away from having their 3-game winning streak snapped and dropping to 3-4. Ty Griffith grounded to third in the first, lined to center and singled. The pitch swung on and chopped down the third base side, and that is foul. No balls and 1 strike. Like a good neighbor, Greg Mullen and his team are there to make the insurance world easy for you. 842-4555. Greg Mullen, State Farm Insurance, and the bender's a strike. Beautiful curveball. No balls and 2 strikes on Ty Griffith. Gunnar Ponzer looks in. Gets the sign. And delivers. Swung on and grounded foul up the third base side. Boy, that's a reach-out swing. Nice job by Griffith. That was called plate protection there. Really good job of protecting the plate. Remains at 0-2. Choking up on that bat. That may get some contact there. Fastball is outside. Good pitch, but it did miss. 1-2. To Ty Griffith. Ponzer gets the sign. And the offering. Swung on, line to left field, and leaping and making the catch is Roy. He barely had to move. That's a 2nd straight ball the Bee Diggers have tattooed to left. 1 by Schwint, 1 by Griffith.
Braxton Shelton.
Here is Shelton. Braxton is 0 for 1. Hit by a pitch. He walked and then grounded out. A 6-4 fielder's choice. And at this point, he might just go for it now. You're down by 7. You need base runners, but you need a lot of them. For the Bee Diggers to have any chance, he'd have to bat twice in the inning. Here we go against Gunnar Ponzer. With an open stance from the right side. Wind and pitch. And the breaking ball's a strike. Thigh high, it's 0-1. Bee Diggers are off for a couple of days, and they'll be in Gilchrist on Thursday and host Valley on Friday. The offering. Swung on and lifted to left field. That's got major carry to it. Back is Roy, and it is gone. A home run for Braxton Shelton. His third in 2 games. And the Bee Diggers are back on the board for the first time since inning number 2. As Shelton goes deep off Gunnar Ponzer. University 8. Brush 2.
Now batting first, baseman number 13, Kyle Wellen.
Here's Kyle Wellen. The pitch. Fastball is upstairs. 1 ball and no strikes. Here's the wind and the offering. Fastball a strike. Count levels at 1-1. Kyle Wellen has struck out, singled, and hit into a 6-4 fielder's choice, 1 for 3. Swing and a miss and a ball down in the zone. It is 1-2. Ponzer ready. Ponzer pitches. Called strike 3, fastball at the knees. It's been a while since a Bee Digger has struck out. Disparty had just 1. Second strikeout of a Bee Digger, and there's 2 down. And let's see. Alejandro Maltos Garcia will now hit. He's been in this position, but he's no longer on the mound, so he's basically hitting as a DH now. Hondo is 0 for 3. He's hit the ball the left side all 3 times. He flied to left, grounded to short, and then flew out to third, up and in. Oh, watch out. 1 ball and no strikes. Here to Hondo. Big, strong right-handed hitter for Brush. Wind and offering. Up and away. 2-0. Well, the Bee Diggers have a run in the second and a bases-loaded walk by Schwint. Swung on, tap foul up the third base side, and then a home run by Shelton here in the 7th. That was Brush's 5th hit of the game. But again, between the wild pitches, the errors, 2 huge base-running mistakes, you can't beat a team like this. The pitch, swing and a miss and a breaking ball. And the count is at 2-2. To Alejandro Maltos Garcia. The offering, swing and a miss on a bender, and he is tagged out by the catcher. Second straight strikeout for Gunnar Ponzer, and University wins the game by a score of 8-2. Let's take a break, and we'll come back with a recap of this afternoon's contest from Brush on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Sean Beltran back at Sunset Baseball Field in Brush. University wins the game over the Brush Bee Diggers by a score of 8-2. As the Bee Digger postgame show is brought to you by Morgan Community College, here to make your dreams become a reality for both traditional and non-traditional students. Check them out at morgancc.edu. That is Morgan Community College. The final line score, 8 runs on 7 hits, no errors, 7 left on base for University. 2 runs, 5 hits, 5 errors for Brush. They left 8 on base. The winning pitcher was Parker Disparty. He went 5 strong. And let's run the numbers here on Disparty. As Disparty, over the 5 innings, he struck out just 1. He allowed 4 hits and walked 4. And he hit 4 batters in a wild pitch. He was not sharp. He had a 1.17 ERA going into the game. And basically, the ERA almost stays the same with 1 run allowed over 5 innings. The loss goes to Alejandro Maltos Garcia. Time of the game, 2 hours and 15 minutes. Hondo in the game went 5 innings, 107 pitches, 8 runs, 4 earned, 7 strikeouts, 7 hits allowed, 5 walks, a hit batter, and 4 wild pitches. Here's how the game went, and it's painful really to look at this recap when you realize the B-Diggers had a chance to hold University to nothing in the second inning. Second and third, 1 out, and Cannon Padilla hits a fly ball to the center fielder. David Wolf makes the catch, for some reason throws all the way through. It goes over everybody up against the fence. No sac fly, and Tejada scores. It's 1-0. Mikey Roy then scored on a wild pitch to make it 2-0. Then a Greg Garza RBI double. River Jackson with a run-scoring double. He scored on a wild pitch. In fact, that was a 2-base wild pitch. 2 bases he took to make it 5-0. The B-Diggers got on the board and a bases-loaded walk to Caden Schwint. But then the next hitter, Ty Griffith, hit a line drive to the center fielder Johnson, doubling up Krieger off of second. The B-Diggers did not run the bases well there. It was 5-1 after that inning. And then in the bottom of the third, first and second, 2-0 count. Nobody out. Hondo hits into a 6-4-3 double play. And then Moriarty flied out to Nolan Johnson, so the B-Digger rally was done there. And then in the top of the fourth inning, River Jackson with an RBI single made it 6-1. They scored 2 more runs. One in the, actually both in the fifth inning. A strikeout of Nolan Johnson with 2 outs, but it was a wild pitch. A run scores, making it 7-1. Bases loaded walk to Greg Garza. And then the B-Diggers got a 1-out home run in the bottom of the 7th from Braxton Shelton, his 3rd of the year. University moves to 6-0, and the B-Diggers drop to 3-4. Next up for Brush, they'll be on the road against the Valley Vikings on Thursday. Kevin Fergus and Evan James will be with you from Gilchrist. And again, a 4 o'clock first pitch right here on 1010 KSIR. The final score, once again, in Brush. The number 1 and 2-time defending state champion University Bulldogs 8. The Brush B-Diggers 2. I'm John Beltran on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network.